Sip Premchandji, Sip Gigi, Sip Tina, Sip uh, Bliss, Sip Sarla, Sip Krishna, Sip Bliko, Sip Rajender, Sip Ruth Anu, Sip Ashok Chotwani, Sip Karan, Sip Deepatma, Sip Sonu, Sip Laveen, Sip Lawrence, Sip Ritika, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Siva, Sip Girish Ananda, Sip Air, Sip Atmatray, Sip Nitai, Sip Garima. So Sip Brijesh, Zoom user, Gopal is Garima's, I think. And then the rest of you I can't see, but welcome to this call. Welcome to this call, this Saturday evening special with a very interesting topic. And the topic of today's discussion, why be enlightened? Why should we be enlightened? So I have Venkat already, number one. Remember, those who ask the question first, they get a larger time to speak. But we have Venkat. Venkat, over to you.
Shivom, everyone.
Yes, sir.
So the only thing, at least I could see we should be enlightened is because we've been on this journey of one body to another body for ages in multiple bodies. And even after that, whatever we do, we haven't attained that satisfaction. Like we keep going one after another things, and then जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं ऐसा लगता है कि it is a happiness, but in the deep down all this Maya and world is sorrowful. So that would be the strongest reason to come out of this cycle of birth and death. And ऐसे जैसे हम सोचते हैं ना, death is a bad and birth is a good. Even birth is not a good. We have to go through a lot of even to get a birth as a body, it's not going to be that easy. It has to go through multiple tries, and you have to be in your mother's womb for so many time, and then you come out. Everything is painful. I think that should be the solid reason for us to get enlightened.
Good start. So Venkat has given quite a philosophical answer, but there are many strong reasons. I'm sure, Venkat, you will have many people giving you many strong reasons. So stay on, and you will find,
Yeah.
I think, many, because there are many masters on this call, and today is the call for all masters on the call.
Okay.
Everybody must give their why be enlightened. I mean, there can be 100 perspectives. Venkat has given a complete overall perspective. But we have next Laveen. Yes, Laveen, why be enlightened?
To simplify it, is to get freedom from the cycle of birth and death.
But why? Some people say it's so beautiful to be born.
But we are going through that same, like, I don't know how to put it in words, same cycle of, desires, wants. It's never ending. It's never ending. We are, it's the same every day. You fall, you wake up, you get up, you learn something. Again, you fall when you're in the Maya. So it's like until unless you're totally like free, you can't get out of this. So to get this freedom, you have to be enlightened, and that's very, very important. And I don't know whether I will be totally in this birth I can attain that, but like trying to be as pure and as,
So why do you have a doubt? Why do you have a doubt whether you can attain that? Is there any reason you have a
doubt? Because I still have that anger. I mean, even when I go satsang, I go to other satsang. I go to hear the purity, hear the goodness words. The moment satsang is over, you come out, there's this comment, there's this thing which triggers me. Why are people coming? Like I question to myself, they are coming to satsang from so many days, but not learning. So it's me. I mean, I think I am at fault when I'm judging them. I should correct myself, but still I fall and still judge and still get that anger. Why did that auntie pass that comment and and then it's going on. So to free yourself from this cycle, I mean, all of us are, I feel all of us are struggling. So It's
Actually, yeah. So we think we are struggling because the ones who are struggling are the body, mind, ego. And you gave a similar answer to Venkat. But as I said, I'm looking forward to many answers. We have now, I think, Garima is Gopal. He's on. Gopal, bolo.
Yeah, I bowed on this, sir. This is Garima,
Yes,
my daughter's connection. So,
yes, no problem. I thought
okay, okay,
it looked like you.
sir. Actually, the soul is encased in body, mind, ego.
Huh.
So there is a lot of suffering is there at the body level, pain, mind level, misery, and ego level. The ego seven monsters. So agony is there. So to free from this suffering, there is no other option than to get enlightened itself. And in addition to this, sir, actually, I want to read something. One enlightened master, as I was searching for, he's saying the day I became enlightened simply means the day I realized that there is nothing to achieve, there is nowhere to go, there is nothing to be done. We are already divine and we are already perfect as we are. No improvement is needed, no improvement at all. God never creates anybody imperfect. So this is also maybe a reason, sir.
No,
We are
beautiful,
divine
beautiful.
energy. So if we realize, self-realize, God realize, our mission on this earth is planet is fulfilled, sir. This is what my
Good,
contention.
good answer. Little different answer. Thank you, Manju, Lawrence, Krishna, and Anima. Manju,
Shivoham. First, wish you a
Shivam.
very, very happy Enlightenment Day. You were enlightened 10 years ago, no, on this day. God bless you. And if I'm enlightened, I'll be above Dukh Sukh. Nothing will touch me. I will be stable and will be with God all the time. An enlightened person is with SIP all the time. Nothing of the world touches him. So we also want to attain that state which you attained.
The state of Sat Chit Ananda. A state of Sthit Pragya. What you're saying, a state of. See, therefore, there is a lot. Why be enlightened? If I start talking now, I can talk for 4 days. If I continue talking, I can talk for 4 days. There is so much. Because there is, in fact, it can become a book. Why be enlightened? It can be, but that's why I don't struggle to write a book. For me, first shuru hota hai, by 30th book khatam ho jata. I just finished writing such a beautiful book on the meaning of true love. What an amazing book. I myself, when I look at the book, I ask myself, how can the world not know the meaning of love? For me, it is so, I get puzzled. True love, when I look at the acronym, transcendental, rainbow of unconditional and eternal, longing of the soul, very passionate ecstasy of joy. Oh my God, it's true love, them nobody in this world understands. And then you start wondering why SIP has not shared this with the world. So yes, thank you for giving your inputs, very beautiful words, Manju, but there is a lot to benefit in being enlightened. Other than enlightened, we are wasting our life.
Yes.
We are just wasting our life. I am happy that Laveen also said something similar, and Venkat started. I mean, there is nothing other than being enlightened. Not being enlightened, like how they said, it's like continuing in this chakra and going on and on and on and on and on. How long? For people are doing it for years. People are doing it for janmas. So, but people don't even know. People don't even understand. Thank you. Very well said, Manju. Lawrence, thank you. Lawrence.
Sip Shiva, I'm so glad you mentioned the word love. And I saw Happiness Secret, and you said, don't become happy, be happy. And yeah, so I would say, oh, why? Well, be true, be happy, embrace true love, and live forever, eternal home SIP. That's the whole sum of it for me.
To become
That's
beautiful.
what enlightenment.
Beautiful. What is Lawrence saying? Lawrence is saying something even more beautiful. He's saying to be back to home. This is the Christian concept of salvation. Our Father, thou art in heaven. I want to come back. There's a beautiful song
There's
that
no
says,
place
"Lag-"
like home.
Yeah.
No place
So
like home.
Raga chunri mein daag chupaun kaise? How can I hide the dirty mud, the stains on on my what I adorn? Thank you, Lawrence. Beautifully said, Krishna. And then
Acha, you're welcome.
Anima. Thank you, Krishna,
Happy
Anima, Atmatray, and Anand.
Yes, sir, Shivoham.
Shivoham.
So, enlightenment, all the lessons, even if you have not reached that peak of enlightenment, even this journey, kitna, we are, overcoming the misery, the sufferings, and then we are able to leave your sentence, like we are able to smile once a while. But when you say you are able to smile all the while, that is the whole purpose of living, and you're free from problems. And I was living like a slave of my mind, and I am becoming a master of myself. I am discovering the truth of myself. उससे ज़्यादा क्या है enlightenment में? So why not be enlightened? Why not? This is a true purpose. And then everything, when you say love, when you say compassion, comes all this you say are byproducts. But when I realize the truth of myself, that I am divine, I am the divine, that is a best gift of enlightenment. And so one more thing you always say about problem and acronym also, I was writing my own acronym. So I was thinking, आपने इतना ज़्यादा treasures हमको दे चुका है already. So I was thinking, we were always, P was pleasure for us. And you taught us the purpose of life. And R, I don't know, R was like I've written, it is like, it was revelry for us. And now you taught us the true Ananda or bliss. O was overthinking for us. You taught us mindfulness. B was body, mind, ego. You made us, ki I am the divine soul, Atma. L was lust for us. You made us go into love. And E was ego. It became enlightened ego. And from mind to consciousness, every day, even though we are not that enlightened person, how much you have made us happiness in our life. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed.
So Krishna, that is the beauty of this journey, na Krishna. But it is it is so beautiful for us to be on this enlightenment journey when there are 99% of the people who are not. Unko pata hi nahi. They don't know the meaning. If you tell them mind to consciousness, they will ask, what is this mind to consciousness? They don't even know they are in mind state. There are many people who are suffering so much in life, and they are suffering so much in life because they don't even know. They don't understand कि मैं ये mind में हूँ. They think क्या है mind ही तो सब कुछ है. So many people will think, oh, without mind how can we live? We need mind. Mind is my best friend. So many masters tell us, mind को use mind to. Even yesterday somebody in the call said we must use mind to realize.
Sir, but even in Bhagavad Gita, लेकिन वो context में consciousness ही है ना. Only thing is the word used is differently, right?
We have to be, so we must be in consciousness to understand that, no, Krishna. If we are not in consciousness, if we take the mind to be the buddhi, that's why Krishna so clearly says, Panch, because the interpretation is completely wrong by some people. Panch Ghoda, he says very clearly, 5 senses are the 5 horses. More powerful than senses is the mind. More powerful than the mind is the chitta, is the consciousness. And the charioteer. We have to be that Atma. We have to be the charioteer. But unfortunately, that's why this call becomes so beautiful, Krishna, that we come and this call. And why be enlightened? Because without enlightenment, what is life? What even who just finished? Without enlightenment, life is so miserable. Yeah, life is so, I mean, there's so much misery all the time. There is suffering, there is fear, there is worry, there is stress, there is anxiety, there is regret, there is shame, there is guilt. Oh, we can go on and on and on. How we be?
Sir, we have not reached there. फिर भी the lessons are कितना strength हमको दे रहे हैं to flip.
But wait to see, you are thinking you have not reached. Actually, you are reached. That is the point of it. Sometime back I told you, you are already awakened, but you are sleeping.
I don't love everyone, sir. मुझे तो आप जैसे सभी को, I don't love everyone. I'm just trying to, but I don't. There is no hatred. There is no hatred, but I don't love everyone. I get irritated with some people.
That's okay, but you should, if you get irritated, and immediately you should flip back and say, oh, but ये शैतान में तो भगवान है. See, even the devil, you must be able to see the devil as the angel. The devil, you must see the Devi in the devil.
But I was another beautiful thing. Today, when I wrote happiness to you, that time I even did not realize there was an auto correction in my mobile back to HAPP. So even to write HAPPP is so difficult. You have to be so much in consciousness.
Yeah. So and it's a big challenge. Good. But why be enlightened though? There is, I mean, we can, as I told you, I hope we will get many more reasons by the end of the call. But the
And mainly no fear. Now, no fear. But I have to ask you later on, no fear, no worry. But मुझे अभी आपसे one question I want to ask. Yesterday, mind में भी arrogance कहाँ से आता है? How to convert arrogance into humility? मतलब humility मुझे लगता है कि कभी-कभी when somebody says, then I think, what are they speaking? So a bit of arrogance come in, then I think of God.
From where it comes, arrogance. Who's getting arrogant?
Ego.
When I am not, I am not. What is so see? Let me explain to you this quick answer to this. When you realize that I am sip, then that arrogance will not come. Even if you laugh, you say, "Ye bhi sip hai na." Like the person who's telling may be wrong, but when you think everybody is sip, then the arrogance disappears. The arrogance only appears when you say, "I am Krishna." The moment I'm Krishna, then arrogance disappears.
Arrogance, I'm not saying that I behave rudely, no. But when they say things which are, मुझे अंदर मुझे लगता है कि, you talk within saying, what are they saying? That itself is not.
That's okay. That's okay. See, when these are all part of you. When you say that, and then then the intelligence in you says, "ठीक है ना, उनका mind बोल रहा है ना." Then it's okay. So you correct you must have an auto correction in your spirituality also, not only in your mobile phone. Don't imagine that you will never get that feeling. When you get that feeling, it go क्या होता है? Then immediately say, "हाँ ठीक है ना, mind में बोल रहा है ना." Then you come back to consciousness. So that's the way to deal with it. Thank you, Anima Sorel. This is a new name for Jasmine. Now, Jasmine,
yes,
Soul
sis,
Sister.
I love you all. Yeah, Lawrence unknowingly gave me the name.
Okay. Tell me.
For me, it's enlightenment. It's because you never waste a day. For me, it's filled with true love and happiness. The Zoom calls have really changed my life. Other people are noticing. You try to live a life with more love and happiness. And after you become one with the divine, when the drama is over, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So why not strive for enlightenment like you strive for other things in life?
Beautiful. So what are we striving for in life? When we achieve enlightenment, why be enlightened? Because you achieve everything. You achieve there's only achievement, there is fulfillment, there is liberation from misery and sorrow. So Jasmine says, why not enlightenment? Because and like some people said, you become one with the divine. You realize you are the divine. You are the manifestation. Then realization, enlightenment makes you so elevated, makes you so blissful, so peaceful. I mean, I was just reflecting my 10 years notes today. It was since the date showed 31st of August. So I went back and I pulled up the notes that I wrote on the 31st of August, 2014. And I was Ravi. That till 31st of August, I was Ravi. But 1st September 2014, I said, no, Ravi is dead. Ravi is no more. And then I adorned the title Atman in Ravi. And that changed my life completely. Even today, when problems come, the problems are not able to attack me. They shoot at me. The problem comes to attack me, but they can't. Because when you are in consciousness, when you are in that state of awareness, the problem can't attack you. Because you reach that state of awareness, you say, kya hoga? Nothing matters. So beautiful. You reach such a beautiful state of being. But of course, today we added 3 letters in the AiR happiness secret. We added AiR in the AiR happiness. Always in consciousness. Intelligence over ignorance and rejoice life. We added 3 more letters today in the AiR happiness secret. Okay, good. Jasmine, thank you. I'm still calling. Your new name is too difficult. Atmatray.
Shivam sir.
Sir.
The greatest purpose of life is enlightenment. To achieve it, we have to get enlightened.
Why? Why be enlightened? That's because to achieve the purpose of life.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You heard what Atmatrai said? The very purpose of our existence, the very purpose of life is to be enlightened. It's like that. It's like that man going to the supermarket to buy rice, and he buys everything and comes. He buys popcorn, he buys cake, he buys ice cream, and when their wife asks him where's the rice, he says, rice I forgot. You fool! You went to buy rice, but you brought popcorn and chocolate and cucumber, but you didn't buy rice. How will I cook? The very purpose, Atmatrai says, the very purpose of life is to be enlightened. Thank you, Atmatrai. Anand V. The very purpose of life. Anand.
Shivam Guruji.
Sir.
I think we discussed it last week, right? That why enlightenment is a solution for all the problems. So I think being enlightened, I think would help us not have any problems.
Yeah.
Plus the
one of the
other one
reasons
is during meditation or stuff like that, we, at least for me, we kind of enjoy a moment of bliss. So I think we will be able to sustain that forever, right? What you call it as such Chitanand, that kind of a state we can be. And what can be a state better than that is what I wonder. So that is the reason to be enlightened.
So Anand started off with a very beautiful thing. Anand says enlightenment is a solution to all the problems. All. In fact, we were going to start writing the book on mind from tomorrow, but we are taking Krishna's favorite book, the 16 Roadblocks to Enlightenment. That becomes the new book for tomorrow because it's such a profound book, and we are preparing the mind book for next month. I want to prepare a lot more on, because we wrote a book from mind to consciousness. So what is Anand saying? Anand is saying that enlightenment solves all the problems. I mean, the moment, but we are not enlightened. It's very sad. We are blocked. We are not getting enlightened. There are roadblocks. What are the Oh, there are so many roadblocks. There are so many roadblocks. Whether it's a toxic relationship, whether it is lust, whether it is duty, whether it is shame. We got 60. And I'm going to develop hopefully another 4 before the book gets over. Maybe it will be 20 roadblocks. I don't know. So whether it's 20 or 19 or 18 or 17 or 16. 16 we know in the Zoom call. And this all comes to us through SIP. So good, Anand. Well said. Aham SIP.
Shivam Guruji and all SIP on the call. I love you and bow down with respect. Guruji, before answering the question, I just want to say one thing. You fit AiR as per your convenience. When it concerns to you, it's Atman in Ravi. For Zoom call, it's ask, investigate, and realize. And now today in happiness, you have said always be in consciousness. Same word you fit differently at different places.
Yeah, Prabhu bolta hai na. When Prabhu says something like that, because in the AiR happiness secret, it should be happiness. So we brought in the concept of rejoiced life. It's so important. We have to celebrate life. How many people celebrate life? People are asking the question, why live? People are struggling through life. People are regretting through life. People are reacting through life. When in reality, we should rejoice life.
Now, coming back to the question, this human birth has been given to us by SIP as a chance to transcend our karmas and attain the ultimate purpose of life, that is attaining moksha. So, which can be availed only on being on path of enlightenment, and happiness, fear, freedom, etc. Those are all byproducts which you get while walking on this path.
Beautiful. So the whole, I think Atmatrai said something similar. The Ahimsip says the whole purpose, if you want to attain moksha, whether, Raji always will sing. If you ask Raji, what she will say? She'll say, Prabhu pana yahi maksad hai. Prabhu ko pana hai. Prabhu ko pana hai. Some people in this world, they are so lost. Sometimes I feel so grateful. I say, Prabhu, You have kept me. Today, 10 years from the date that I awakened, in 10 years, I could have wandered. In 10 years, I could have wandered away because I had all the products of lust with me. I have money, I have freedom. I could become the biggest rascal. But Prabhu has kept me under his sharan. Prabhu has kept me as Ladi. And that is such a great thing. And therefore, for me, this enlightenment journey is I have finished 10 years. Not part of the talash, but after awakening, it has been 10 years and the most beautiful 10 years of my life. The most beautiful 10 years. 10 year has two meanings. One 10 year and 10 year. So the most beautiful 10 year of my life is this, and I sometimes I wish all of you, how I wish that I know, but what Krishna said again, she said something very beautiful, but she didn't realize what she's saying. She just wish we can become more like you, but we are already happy. No, you're already like me. You're all already, see, you don't, but you all are waiting. You all are waiting for that magic moment. Don't wait for that magic moment. Start being enlightened. Live enlightened. Don't say, I am waiting to be enlightened. Say, I am already enlightened. What is enlightenment? I am not body, mind, ego. I am enlightened. If some people are coming to trouble you and you don't get troubled, then you're already enlightened. You should not react. If you respond and you don't react, you're already enlightened. If you tame the monkey mind, make it a monk, you're already enlightened. So enlightenment is living with peace. Enlightenment is being able to smile all the while. Despite if shaitan is in front of you also, you still smile. Because you say, kya hoga? You in consciousness, nothing will worry you. The moment in mind state, then you say, pakad liya mujhe. From 10 days, the mind is conquered me for last 10 days. Then you start doing all nonsense. Then you realize I'm doing nonsense. But the realization that awareness itself means you're enlightened. Being aware of your weakness is enlightenment. It's already the journey of enlightenment has started. Thank you, M. Payal, Bliko, Will, Meenakshi.
Hi, Guruji, pranam.
Pranam.
Guruji, for me, I think enlightenment is light in being. Okay. And once you have that light inside of you, you can light the lamp for the others. We did that whole exercise that, you have to be lit first so that you can expand that to the others. So that is my answer.
Correct. But why be enlightened? Why should you be enlightened?
For just going one with SIP.
Yeah, but like you said it, you don't even know what you said, but you said something beautiful. What did you say? The reason you should be enlightened is because then you the light, you overcome darkness.
Yeah.
You overcome because otherwise if there's darkness, imagine in this world there was darkness. Just imagine for a moment.
Yeah.
The whole world becomes dark from today onwards. There is no light. How would life be? Just imagine, there is no moonlight, there is no sunlight, there is no power supply, there is no light, there is no tube light, there is no LED light, there is no light in the world. How would life be?
I can't even imagine. It will be so bad.
It can't exist. It can't exist.
Can't. Yeah.
Imagine we can't see each other. You can't see each other. You can't. How will you cook? How will you cut?
Yeah.
How will you plan? I mean, you can't live. Therefore, enlightenment is that light, which is the very essence of life.
Correct. Yeah.
And what you say, you have it inside you, because when you have it, whatever you have, for example, Payal, whatever light you have within you, yes, if you have that light, you have every right to share that light with others and keep on lighting that light within more and more and more, bright and bright and bright, so that you can become a more divine light.
That's what you're doing, Guruji, right? You're lighting to us, and we are trying to do little bit with our families, friends, and people whom we interact. So
absolutely. And you should
small
Yeah, but
gesture
your
of spreading
goal,
light across.
yeah, and your goal should be to become brighter and brighter and brighter. The more, what I'm asking you, if you are a 0 watt bulb, how much light can you give others?
Correct.
But if you're a 1,000 watt halogen light, how much light can you give? Imagine you are a big light which can light up the whole cricket stadium.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
True.
that is enlightenment, to become that light, to be able to spread that light. Good,
Yeah.
Payal.
Thank you.
Bliko, Will, Meenakshi, Nitai.
Shivoham, everybody, Shivo, love you all. First of all, it is my goal to be enlightened. And when you know what is enlightenment, the question should be why I'm living. I'm living for enlightenment. And it's the shortest answer is IS. I am soul, soul is ship, I am ship, I see ship in all. This is a knowledge. When it becomes realization, I'm working on it. And that is my goal, to be enlightened, to be free, and to live like a Jivan Mukta. And that is the purpose of this. So no question why be enlightened. Question is why I am living. If I'm living wasting my time, it's of no use. Be enlightened is the goal, and that is the matter. And I am on the path, tasting the flavor of that, and the third peak of enlightenment, I am very close. Thank you.
Sometimes somebody when Bliko speaks, I don't know when Bliko, one day he just came in touch with me. I don't even know how he came to know me. But one day, how did you come to know Bliko? Who got you?
I read the book, I Am Not I, Who Am I? And that book was your numbers, and I started contacting.
But where did you get the book from? Where did
I
you
got
get the book from?
book from my friend. And he didn't get impressed with that, but I was like amazed, because I was on the way of struggling here and there, hitting my head on the different walls, and I was not getting answer. So when I call you, I realized this is the way I have to be with this guru, and I can get enlightened. And with last 2-3 years, maybe there is a lot of change, and I can feel the taste of enlightenment now. So many
Thank you.
realization. Thank you.
Sometime when I meet somebody like Bliko, and he was Bharat, and then he changed his name from Bharat to Bharat Living in Consciousness, Bliko. And I mean, he's in Canada, not in Mumbai, Delhi or something. He's in Canada. And in Canada, somehow he got the book, and somehow he read the book, and somehow he contacted me. So we have people like Bliss. She's also in Vancouver. I think she's in Quebec. You are in Toronto, but Vancouver, where are you?
Toronto. I'm in Toronto.
Bliko is in Toronto, and Bliss is in Quebec, I think,
Quebec.
French city.
Quebec.
Thank you, Bliko. Nice that you're all on this journey and you are blessed. Why be enlightened? Because that is the greatest blessing of life. If we are enlightened, there can be no greater blessing. That's why I let go of the life of achievement. I let go a life of fulfillment. I left 2 peaks of life. I was having such a blast. I'm telling you, if somebody saw me having a blast, they would say you're a mad guy. I was just having such a time of my life, going from Switzerland to Finland to Greenland to New Zealand to Antarctica. Then my guru told me, "You fool. Hey, you fool. What are you doing, you fool?" And then I opened my eyes. 31st of August, 2014. Will.
Shiva Hangsep, thanks for taking the call. It's a very important subject. I think that this should be made the priority. I have the idea that you should, that especially parents should be reminded that this is the duty of life. I think really the question people should be asking themselves is, what excuse have I got not to get enlightenment? Like what good excuse can you come up with? And there's no excuse. And I feel that the British education is really, it's ruined because they don't have this as the priority. And I feel that in some ways it would be it would be good to reverse that somehow. Maybe you could endorse these institutions, or I don't know. I feel with your prominence, maybe you could become a a godparent somehow. But the idea that enlightenment is the top, it's not just the top priority, it's the only important thing that happens. There is nothing else. There's no point having nothing. There's no point having governments, education systems, nothing, if it's not heading for enlightenment. And in the West, they don't understand this at all. The education system, I don't know what they're doing or what their plan is. And I think many parents, they don't know why are you having children? What's the purpose? Is it to help them get enlightened, or just to amuse you, or what reason? So I think that this topic needs to be made much more prominent. I think it's somehow it needs to be raised in consciousness, because people they don't really know what the purpose of life is. And you've got to, I feel almost like parents almost need to be given a certificate. Are you capable of being a parent? Like, if you can't answer this one question, what is the purpose of your having children? Is it just for your own amusement, or is it the opportunity to direct someone to enlightenment? That's the only thing. If you don't know, can't answer that question, okay, then I advise you not to have.
Will, people don't even understand that meaning, whether life should have a purpose. I know some gurus are on YouTube telling you, you don't need a purpose. You don't need a purpose for life. So what happens is, people who think that life has no purpose, their life becomes a circus. And it's very sad. The word enlightenment, what is the meaning, Will? What is the meaning of the word enlightenment? It only means to switch on the light.
Yeah.
Come on. If you don't want to switch on the light, it means you're living a life of darkness. You're living a life of ignorance.
There is a worse aspect, Swamiji, is that I think particularly some Buddhists and many religious people, is that they honestly do not believe that enlightenment is possible. And these people should be warned, okay, then give up. Why are you doing, why have you got a whole religion, a whole church? You don't believe enlightenment, then I advise you just to go home, give up. You're wasting your time. You've lost the point. It's dangerous, to live a life not genuinely thinking like enlightenment is possible. You've got to believe it. It's like you're on a ship. You've got one chance to save your life. One chance. If you miss this chance, you may never ever get it again. This is sacred, and you must help everyone else to get I can't tell you what it's like. It's like the earth is spinning a little blue ball in the middle of vast space. There's one earth. There is one tiny chance. You've got one chance to do it. If you miss this chance, I can't tell you, it's extraordinarily important.
Yes, absolutely right. Thank you, Will. Thank you for your profound feeling. And unless people think of it as sincerely as you do, we will not pursue it so sincerely.
Yeah.
We have to give it a lot of sincerity. A lot of people want to treat enlightenment like a pastime. Okay, I have free time today. Let me look at what is it. No. Enlightenment is what you said something very beautiful. I don't know whether you would realize what you said. It's let me elaborate what you said, and I don't know whether you meant to say that. You said you're on a ship. Imagine you're on a ship in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean or the Indian Ocean. You're on a ship. And imagine you just jump off the ship. You're finished. You're finished. Which means, Will, what I picked from your saying, if we are on this ship called enlightenment, then it's the only opportunity for us to cross the shore. Because if we jump into the water, it's going to be finished. There is no chance of us getting across the shore.
Swamiji, I feel that I'm just making a suggestion, but maybe you could give certificates to people just to make it. I know you might find it funny, or maybe there's a nice way to do it, but you could give your endorsement that, yes, I trust your company. Enlightenment is the priority in your company. This is an Atman in Ravi registered company, or Atman in registered parent. I register you, understand the importance of having children. Number one is to have enlightenment. But if you haven't
It's a
got
long
that,
way.
if you,
Will, it's a long way to go. The only way we can do it is we members on the Zoom call. If we are all little islands, and if we spread the message to the wherever you are, where Bliss is, where Bliko is, where Ritika is, where Rajender is, each person, whether Krishna, Raji, Meenakshi, Gopal, everybody becomes small islands, and we spread this energy every day that we get. If we make it a priority of our life to spread this message, many people are doing it. Like I told you, I know Krishna, every day she talks to Swijal and says, we have a podcast with so and so. Sometimes I look, we have done some 20 podcasts in the last 2-3 months, 20 new podcasts, not a joke. I don't know how people will even listen to so much podcast. I don't even understand, because so much time it takes. And every podcast is unique. Every podcast is completely beautiful. Today we release 1 or 2 new podcasts. Every day, some new podcast is getting released. Vimalananda, Swami Vimalananda of Chinmayananda's ashram, her podcast got released. 1 hour, 40 minutes. How will people listen to it? I don't know. Thank you, Meenakshi.
Shubham, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
Shivam.
there is so much to talk about enlightenment, which we are getting by walking on this path. Like, there are so many things which cannot be summarized in this call. But one of my favorite is enlightenment is the only truth of life, because everything other things which we see around us and we live in the world is just fake. Enlightenment is the only true thing which we should definitely attain, because
Beautiful.
without that we will be coming again into this fake world and all.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Enlightenment is the only truth. There is nothing else. Enlightenment is lighting the light of that one ultimate truth of life. And if you don't, then you live and you die. Most people most people that they don't know why they lived. They don't know what happens when they die. They have no idea. They don't know
But
the meaning of God. Huh?
all people around me, like 100% people are just like we are. The day is rising. They are eating. They are doing the work. They are sleeping again. They are coming back to work, and then this routine is going on.
And then they cry and they live with fear, worry, stress, anxiety. Then there's anger, hate, revenge, and jealousy. And then we don't enjoy life. We don't know to laugh, to love, and to live. And this precious gift called life is wasted. Every moment of life can be lived so beautifully. Every moment can be lived in consciousness. But people are not programmed. People don't understand what is consciousness. You tell people, they say, yes, subconscious mind, they will tell you. They will tell you also, we are also studying the subconscious mind. Then some people ask me, what is super consciousness? They're all talking big things. But we don't know the simple meaning of being in consciousness, because we have not learned the meaning. How many people have even experienced awareness? How many people have? They don't know the meaning of awareness. They've never been in out of mind state. There are people who have lived all their life, every moment of their life. There are people who live and die only in mind state. They have never come out of mind state. What do you do? Nitai. Thank you, Meenakshi. Nitai and Rajendra in first
Pranam
round.
Guruji.
Pranam.
Yes, enlightenment to me, I think, is kind of not a destination, but a direction. And I think that I told you a long time back that we are all looking for happiness, and happiness is what was my goal. But what I feel is that the things that are taking away happiness from me are all these troubles of relationships, possessions, and those things. And I was waiting for a long time to get those things resolved, and then I'll be happy. the relationship issues will resolve, then I'll be happy, or I'll get something, then I'll be happy, or get somewhere in my career, then I'll be happy. And enlightenment is kind of dropping all these good and bad, both, and then moving to a completely orthogonal direction towards SIP, or I don't know what is at the end of that journey, but it is just dropping this, all the things that are being caused in the mind state and moving to away from all these things is a change in direction. And I kept thinking, I told you references to Buddha's life many times, and I really felt very strange that, okay, I can drop my desire for money, desire for car, desire for earthly things. But Gautam Buddha, when he came back to Kapilavastu after his enlightenment, his son went around him to ask for that his endorsement so that he can be the next king. And Buddha didn't want to be the king. Okay, so his son wanted to be the king. Instead of announcing him as the rightful king next time, he initiated him. He did not announce him to be the king. So I thought that there is something that Buddha achieved that was way more worth. I mean, even if he didn't want it, he didn't even want that for his son. So there is something bigger than even a king's wealth that is out there, and it would be worth looking that way. And I think that direction is what I'm choosing. I don't know what is at the end of that journey. And
but the direction, say what you're saying, that direction is also the destination. It is both. It is the direction. It is also it is also your present state of being. It is three things. It is your present state of being, it is your direction, and also the destination. All three. But when you say that, you look at the richest people in the world. Are you feeling that the richest people in this world are happy? Are you think that the richest people in this world have achieved everything? Oh, of course not. They have so much stress. They have so much anxiety. If one day the stock market goes up and down, their blood pressure goes up and down. They are living a life of a roller coaster. There is no true happiness.
Yeah. I listened to some of your podcasts recently, and I want to mention one more point that you did mention that our mythology, our recent discussions about enlightenment makes it such a mystical thing that is almost just the idea of enlightenment puts it on in a way that it makes me feel that it's unachievable. How can I think that what Gautam Buddha achieved, what Ramakrishna achieved, I can go there? It's such a mystical thing way
you have
out
a doubt
there.
now? Do you have a doubt now, or now you are becoming more and more confident about it?
Well, I mean, your discussion about this making it mystic thing touched a nerve that, yes, it's probably not as mystic as it is, but I would still say I'm not completely free of doubt. I still don't feel that I can be in the same state as Gautam Buddha were, Ramakrishna.
Anybody can be. Anybody who is sincere on the path, anybody who is able to seek enlightenment, anybody who wants to overcome the darkness of ignorance. Not you, anybody can. It's a matter of being committed. But you're good. I mean, I don't think you've been on this call for more than a couple of months. How long have you been on the call?
Yeah, since June, so a couple of months. Yeah.
So I think it will, and then I think also from the time you've come, there's a lot of change, and so obviously there you will keep on, like you said, that your whole perspective, your whole paradigm is changing, because instead of trying to solve a problem, the problem is getting solved because you're evolving. You're going, instead of you going down to solve the problem, you're going above the problem. So that is also solving the problem. Rajendra, thank you, Nitai. Rajendra Rumataji.
Thank you.
Shobh sir.
Sir.
Sir, enlightenment means the absolute truth, to go near to the absolute truth, or to reach the absolute truth, or to realize our fundamental nature of being eternal bliss. And after understanding the concept of consciousness, we perceive it as an unified essence, or individual consciousness is the universal consciousness, by which we can lead a harmonious life, and we travel from chaos to order, because only cosmic consciousness can create stability in this world of mind and ego. I mean, the whole world is controlled by mind and ego. Only cosmic consciousness is the medicine for to control this chaos, because it is creating chaos. So also we are traveling from unreality to reality. And as an individual living in the samsara, we can create, if you are enlightened, we can even create an harmony between our external world, the material world, the internal world, the spiritual world, or the emotional world itself also. So हम भावनाओं में नहीं बह जाते हैं, और उससे हमें कोई chaos नहीं हो जाता है. So I think enlightenment is only solution for everything in this world.
Beautiful. So if you look at what Rajendra said reminds me of something. If you want happiness, enlightenment. If you want happiness, enlightenment. You want God, enlightenment. You want liberation, enlightenment. You want to overcome misery and sorrow, enlightenment. You want to improve your relationships, enlightenment. You want to understand the meaning of love, enlightenment. You want peace, enlightenment. Everything is you want family to be peaceful, enlightenment. Without enlightenment, you are going to be in a mess. And what is life without enlightenment? That is the answer. Rumataji.
Pranam Guruji, Shivoham.
Boliye Mataji.
Guruji, enlightened person is in Satchitanand, experiencing the truth, and is in Prem Yoga, my Ru united with Sip's Ru. That is enlightenment.
Beautiful. Like Rumataji, the point is, we should be enlightened because we are lucky. Rumataji, you look around all the people you know, उनका लाइफ कितना मंडेन है, क्या लाइफ जो जी रहे हैं उनको पता भी नहीं कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं. So you are lucky, you are blessed that you have to continue the journey of being enlightenment. Thank you.
We are blessed because of you only, Guruji.
No, we are all blessed. We are all blessed because we are on that ship.
The credit goes to you only. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are all on that same ship. Bliss, Raji, Chidanand.
Hi, Shwam, dear Shwam, everyone. Love you all. I think enlightenment was very difficult for me. Only to say was very difficult, but I know it's the only road I have to take and to be on, because it's brought me a lot of happiness and everything. And I know this link is so important for me and for everyone. So it's because I'm here and I try too much to be in this road and not let this road, despite all the difficulty I can be because of the language and the difference and everything. So I think since I know you many years before, I have fallen this road and I don't want to leave this road.
Very good.
It's the only one to be.
This is the only road that will take us to our purpose and our destination. Everything else will be like a jungle. We'll be in a forest. So we are lucky, bliss that we are. Thank you, thank you. We have limited time, but we have thank you, Raji, Chidanand, Bala, and Will and Gopal. Raji, Chidanand, Bala, Will, and Gopal.
Shivam Guruji, it was my only priority. And when I joined this Zoom call 1.5 years before, on the second day, my question was, how will I get enlightenment? And your answer was, you be in the call. And I have evolved 100%, and I'm 100% only in this path. And SLS and yoga, being in yoga, I think I will get enlightenment very quickly. I'm
Rajiv,
100% on this path, and no
when
other
you are
thing.
on this,
So
Rajiv,
this
when
is
you're on this path, when you're on this path without any negative doubt or hesitation, there is no chance of not. And understand one thing. To me, many of you have already been enlightened. You're already, but you probably need that one spark or that aha moment or that sense of liberation. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more effort. For me, it happened on 31st of August. I was trying and trying and trying. Then 31st of August, I got that feeling. Oh my, I just got that realization. And the next day I made the change. That the thing is that the spark, see, when the spark happens, if you have a matchstick, the spark happens. If there's no paper or there's no tawaf to catch fire, there's no stove to catch fire, the spark will just go off.
No,
So
just
many
one
of
thing
you,
yes. No, it is only because though I did not know what is enlightenment and what is mind, ego, body, all these things I came to know from here. Means I was in bhakti completely. So Jnana I could get from this call. So both evolving it, I'm very happy. I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. Daily, I don't know. Bala comes and tells, thank you, Guruji, thank you, Guruji. I also feel, but I don't know what makes me that I'm not able to tell thank you and love you. So, as Bala says, I just
yes,
keep on telling in my mind, inside. Directly, I don't know how to express and all. That's it.
you don't have to always express, but it's when we feel a vibration. But enlightenment, Raji, is the or your grace of Prabhu, because you are praying to Prabhu, Prabhu pulled you and put you on this call. Otherwise, you would have not come. You would have been somewhere else. So
Yes.
that is the
Thanks to
grace.
Krishna
This is
and
called
Vanita
grace.
also. I would like to thank Krishna and Vanita also for bringing me in this call.
Yeah, it's all manifestations, all manifestations of SIP. Thank you, Chidanand and Bala, and Will and Gopal to end. Yes, Chidanand.
Shivam Guruji. Enlightenment, that is self-realization and God realization, is the only thing and the only purpose of human life. So when I started this quest, I had only one prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrittur ma amritam gamaya. So my quest was only to find the truth, remove the ignorance and darkness, and be immortal. And that's the fruit of that is enlightenment.
Beautiful. Yes, Chidanand, that is our goal. That's a beautiful mantra, a beautiful prayer. A lot of people say to take us from asatya to satya, to take us from tamas to jyotir, and to take us from death to immortality. So that is the challenge of our life. Thank you, Chidanand. That's what we are here for every day. Bala, quickly. Bala, and we have limited time. Bala, then Will and Gopal, but quickly. Yes, Bala.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, bolo Bala.
Before enlightenment, life was purposeless, with mind state, with misery, ignorance, negativity, desires. I used to blame SIP for giving me the human birth because it was so much what we say, it was so much in the mind state. And after enlightenment, new birth with new identity, with new understanding, new life, new living moment, living in the moment by moment, and life has become celebration. So and we are living with the purpose of liberation. So it is what we drastic change. So I'm thankful for the SIP for giving me the human birth. Initially, I used to blame SIP. Now I am thankful for for this birth and for this new life. So I am really and SIP in the form of you as a guru. You came in our life and you changed everything. What we say, Guruji, I'm not what we say. I'm not always joking, Guruji. The way I speak, that is the way. That is the way of
No, you are
expressing,
not.
Guruji.
Raji was just not appreciating you only. Raji was telling how Bala is so devoted to the subject. No. Sometimes I joke with you. That's okay. But you are very sincere. You are very sincere in taking the subject and continue. The path of enlightenment is most important. Thank you, Bala. Will and Gopal, quick closure. Will and Gopal, we will close.
You missed 1 or 2 points. If you want to stop the war in Gaza, enlightenment. If you want to stop the war in Ukraine, enlightenment. If you want to stop the plastic in the ocean, enlightenment. So, same. If you try to solve these problems without enlightenment, you only make them worse. The only one way to make them better without making them worse is enlightenment. So
Correct.
that's
Because
one point.
enlightenment
The
is
other point,
intelligence. Yes, go ahead.
it's the only way to help the world without harming it. If you do it another way, it always makes it worse. I don't know how. It's quite amazing.
This whole world's, all the problems of this world will are only because of darkness or ignorance. The moment you light the light of truth, everything becomes bright. Everything becomes beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Will.
Yes. Swami, is this your anniversary day today?
What? This is
your
the
anniversary.
This was the day I was awakened 10 years back. On the 31st of August, 2014, I was awakened.
I always felt that the Air France should come and be receive your thanks on this, but they never come. They just keep their head down. They've got nothing.
Okay.
They've got nothing to say.
I have to thank Air France because only because of Air France I was able to get. If there was no Air France, then I would not have been awakened. I owe them gratitude. Okay, Gopal. Gopal, let's close with you. Thank you,
sir.
Will.
Thank you, sir. AiR. Happy Enlightenment Day, sir. And actually, what is this is making a difference to our life, sir. The other person are saying that they are doubting and believing that Ramakrishna, others are enlightened. It is very difficult. But in contrast, this is what I am finding is it's very easy. And for following you and hearing day to day, this is a two-way traffic. Generally, what happens in YouTube, we see, and we are. But in this case, we are forced to think and ask questions, investigate, and daily our consensus is increasing. So thank you very much, sir, for that.
Thank you, Gopal, my dear Gopal, and everybody on the call. Beautiful ending to the call. What Gopal said. The Upanishad says, if you want enlightenment, you need Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. You cannot get enlightenment on YouTube. If you think just listening to YouTube you can get enlightenment, sorry, forget it. You need Sravana, YouTube, Manana, Zoom, Nididhyasana, grace and guidance of the Guru and God. So beautiful ending to today's call. I fold my hands and look forward, bow down to you. We'll see you tomorrow at 8.